Hello, guys. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Chelsea Godfather channel. The aftermath show after Chelsea's just disgraceful performance today at Old Trafford in a 2-1 loss. As a Chelsea fan, I've been a Chelsea fan since the first early years of Roman, way back, Jose won. Claudio Ranieri, around that time. Guys, this right here, I can almost confidently say that this was one of the most shameful performances that I have witnessed as a Chelsea fan. Just the guys, I mean, they just didn't give a crap. We were just didn't show. They did not even show up. I was thinking, there's no way. Surely, after we played poorly against Newcastle and lost 4-1 at St. James, there's no way that we can play this poor. Well, guess what? Evidently, that wasn't the floor. Today's zone was just horrible. It was just horrible. And there's just no time for tactical, breakdowns and all of that, because we were just piss poor all over every single player. Every single player. It didn't matter who we even brought on. James was just rubbish. James was just rubbish. Everybody was rubbish. Even Palmer, who scored the one goal, that's all he did was score that goal, and he was just poor the rest of the day. Don't even get me started on Sanchez. Don't get me started on Sanchez and his passing game, his kicking game. You just might as well just giving him a red shirt so he can become Man U's 12th man, right? Which is ironic, given that Man U didn't need to have a 12th man because they already had a 12th man known as VAR. the VAR folks are basically working for Man U, right? Because if the penalty that they awarded in favor of Man U for minimal contact was deemed to be a penalty in a situation where the referee did not call a foul. He didn't call a foul, right? He didn't call a foul, and the VAR called the referee to the screen to go and watch it. And of course, when you go to the screen, you know it's going to be a penalty, right? Well, then how the heck wasn't the referee called to the screen when Raheem was clearly clipped in the box? There was contact. There was the same kind of incidental, unintentional, contact that Enzo had on Anthony's foot. It was a similar deal. No VAR review, no referee being called to the box. The VAR reviewed it, but didn't call a referee to the box, and just no PK. And then of course it was just comical, so comical in a season where, with all of the delaying of the game, all of the changes, the 5 subs and whatnot. How in the world do they come out with 4 minutes of injury time? 4 minutes of injury time. I mean, come on now. This is becoming just shamefully obvious with this all officiating, right? But I mean, again, they can do this and get away with it, with this bias officiating, because we don't do ourselves any favors. Right? We're not doing ourselves any favors. When you show up at Old Trafford against a poor Man U team, and yes, this Man U team was poor. This Man U team that we played today was a poor team. Right? I mean, what we watched was a game of 2 poor teams. That's the reality. But we were just horrible. So for us to be that horrible will just show you how just unprepared our players were for this game. And I don't know that I can blame Pochettino, because Pochettino is not playing this game, right? Pochettino can only put Levi Colwell at left back so that he can, at a minimum, guy, prevent the obvious cross that's coming. Right? Put yourself in position. Stand tall. Be a man and hold off McTominay. What does he do? He just flops on the ground. He flops on the ground in a game where the referee was giving us nothing. And you expected what? The referee and VAR will review it and wipe out the goal. No. Heck no. Right? But had he stood tall and stood his ground and fought for his spot, guess what? Tomlin would have had to put his hand on his back, and that would have given him a better chance on a VAR review had McTominay gone on ahead and scored as he did. So it was just poor. It was just poor, right? I mean, we can just everybody. Nobody played well. Enzo, Caicedo, there was no midfield. Palmer in the 10 role was just anonymous. Oh, don't get me started on Nicholas Jackson. I feel like crying. Guys, on Nicholas Jackson. I'm just tired. Yes, I know he has 7 goals, and at least he's better than Højlund, who cost him almost 100 million and still has 0 goals, which is just unreal. It's unreal because Højlund in the goals that I've seen him score looks like a proper player, but somehow in the Premier League he's not able to score, which doesn't make any sense. But let's get on back to our boy Jackson. Jackson guy. In a game where we were playing terribly poorly, in the first half you put through on goal. My guy, just be composed and chip the goal. Chip a goalie. Chip a goalie who has been having a nightmarish season so far. Who's been lacking confidence in Onana. Onana is lacking in confidence. All you had to do was just calm down and just calmly chip the guy. And I think whether that would have made it 1-1 or 1-0, I can't remember, but it was a big moment in the game, right? Enzo had a chance to equalize late in the game. He actually had 2 cracks at it, did nothing. Guys, 120 million or 110 million, doesn't matter. Lampard would have scored that goal. Ballack would have scored. Essien, those guys would have scored. This is where we're coming up short in these kind of games. And, again, you cannot, Pochettino can only put these guys on the field. I know that fans are going to start blaming, Pochettino and whatnot, maybe calling for his head, which is absolute nonsense. But all he can do is coach these guys, put them on the field, and these guys have to, stand up, be men, and get the job done. And, get the job done in a year where everything is up for grabs. There's no team that's playing out of this world. You guys saw how Man City went to Villa Park and lost 1-0 today after what was it, a draw in their last game against Spurs 3-3. They went and lost 1-0. So the point being that if you can make a few plays, you can put a few results together. And this Chelsea team right now is not making any plays. That's the problem. We're beyond inconsistent, and it's disappointing. And it all starts, we're at a point where they have to go right back to the drawing board, to the basics, because our defending right now is amateurish. It's just laughable. Our entire defending is laughable. When we just defending like school kids at Old Trafford, man. For me, I saw enough. I saw enough to know that we have taken many steps backwards, and they just got to go back to the drawing board. Pochettino is going to have to go back to the drawing board. Levi Cole is going to have to hit the bench. But Ashila was playing well. I don't know why he ended up hitting the bench. Probably because he came back from a long-term injury and just played a couple of games. And we have, I mean, we're playing like every 3 days. So these games are coming thick and quick. There's no time to feel sorry for yourselves. We're trapped at 11th place with 19 points. It's looking like another nightmarish season. Any kind of dream of Europe right now is just about out. I won't say it's out the door, but it's feeling like a pipe dream right now, which is crazy because there's a lot of games left. And I only hope right now for Europe is by winning like a Carling Cup, which will only get us to Europa League. This is where we are right now because Chelsea right now is just poor, which is a tough thing to say and to admit as a Chelsea diehard, given that we spent over £1 billion. It is what it is, guys. Let's just keep it real and call it out as it is. Guys, everybody, all hands on deck. The players need to figure it out. Coach Poch needs to figure it out. Everybody needs to figure this thing out and get this track, get this thing back on. Because right now, this thing look like a train that's about to get all bunch of flat tires. Guys, how do you all feel about this? Comment below, like this video, share, subscribe. Take care. God bless you all. Peace.